to another video where we will be demoulding some things that I've made recently, but I wanted to give you a quick update and show you some of the things that I've already done. And I say completed, they're completed to a point. So for example, these particular dice, these ones here, I have inked them. You can see there, I went for this like a mint colour to help it stand out on the dice itself. I think it looks quite nice. I finished sanding and inking these ones. These are, well, they were intended, I think, for myself, but I'm not sure still if I'm going to keep them. They are really lovely, and there's some really good colour swirls and things in them. But I might sell them instead. Then we have a set over here, a secret set that I have made for a friend who doesn't know yet. But this particular set here, if I show you the D6, yeah, some really cool swirly things going on in there. Plus, I've inked them up in black. Now, the black kind of makes it hard to read in the tray unless you've got the right light on them. So I might lighten that up a bit, or add like a two-toneness to it. I think they look wicked in black. I just don't know if they're too difficult to read. I mean, when you can see when the light catches it, it's pretty easy to read. But I don't know if that's going to be enough. You can probably see along the edge of my tray here, we've got a lot of these D20 sort of looking dice. These are little keyring things, and I love this mould. It's really cool. You get one that says 20 and one that says 1, and both of them come from the Mouldy Tombstone on Etsy. I'm not sure if I've linked them before, but I'll leave you a link down in the comments. I really like their moulds. They are 3D printed, like the thing in the mould, so you do get this like ridged effect that you can probably kind of see there on the edge. But actually, for the purposes of this, even with the numbers, I don't really think it matters. I actually quite like this ridged effect on the edge rather than it being smooth. It's quite nice. It makes you feel like you're holding something rather than it just going whoop, slipping out your hand like a bar of soap. So I've got those ones that I've inked up. I've also been doing these. I drilled through one of these with a like jewellery drill, just like in the top corner here, to turn it into a key ring. The key ring rings that I've got, the D rings, are a little bit on the small side to get through some of the bigger things. So where this is slightly deeper, it wouldn't get through that. And potentially I've got a dice that's like really out of shape. That was a bit of an accident. But I decided I was probably going to make it into a key ring. The thing is, I need to be able to drill for it. I feel like it's maybe a bit on the deep side. The same with these. I don't think whilst the jewelry drill will get through that, I don't think that the there we go, dropping stuff. I don't think that the key ring will be big enough to get through those. So the other set of dice I inked up was these. We still have this problem with these dice faces on these ones. There we go. So the 13 on this face is actually really a bit messed up looking. There we go. It's got this like weird dent there. Also, there's a wee little mark here on the 7 that I've been trying to get out. And one of the other faces, where was it? The 19, there we go. The 19 is actually still, or was it the 13? I think it's the 13 actually. It's still a bit sort of sticky. So I haven't yet considered how I'm going to overcome that problem. But you see there's quite a lot of ink just underneath that face. I'm thinking it's the alcohol ink prevented it from setting properly, unfortunately. So it's kind of ruined that dice really, unless I can figure out a way of maybe putting the tiniest, thinnest little coat of like UV ink over, UV acrylic. Oh gosh, words. I haven't had my tea yet. UV resin over it. I don't know how that's going to make it look. That might fluff it up altogether. And to be honest, I don't know what else to do with it though. So if you have any other ideas, please let me know. The other dice key rings I've just inked in various different colours. Some of these, like these ones, they look a bit of a weird yellowy colour because they're actually glow in the dark ones. So the numbers will kind of stand out when they glow in the dark, and the red one was just yeah, because why not? You want some sort of blood looking stuff in your G20. And then these are supposed to be the little earrings, but actually I just kind of like them as they are. I think they make really cool little key rings or something. Also, I've had some success with she says, with getting botanicals inside of here. As you can see, there's some very nice shiny stuff going on where I coated the mould first with the botanicals inside. That is a real daisy right in there, and that is real fern, and that is real some sort of plant from my garden. So that's the good thing about these is they're quite unique, right? I'm never going to get that exact arrangement again, exact formation, exact type of daisy. And I've got lots and lots of these pieces of thing that I can make these braided things from. So I've been doing that to kind of finish them off. I think it makes them look quite nice. So there's quite a lot there that we've actually finished off. Yay! Now I have got a couple of new moulds. So I bought I got a sort of Halloweeny one over here, which I thought I'd try out yesterday with some glitter stuff. Again from the Supplier's studio. Really liking their moulds and their glitters, although I did kind of get it all over the place yesterday. Additionally, it is kind of static, so it does literally stick to everything. So if you're going to make stuff with glitter, be aware that happens. We've had some success making chunks. I can already see there is a big void right in here in the top because there's a lighter patch. But that's fine because we can just do some stuff and put it back in the old pressure pot. And these originally had voids in them. I left them exactly as they were and then basically filled the hole. But so where I had been filling holes with UV resin, it's very difficult to scrape it off properly or to make it look the same. So by leaving it in here and just filling in the hole that I could see with regular resin, so these ones are part of my kind of unicorn candy floss dice that I made. They did have small voids in them, so this one did have. Oh, we might as well take this out now, although that's freaking rock hard. So that's going to be nice and fun to cut. Usually I take these out when they're quite soft still, because that's not as hard. Or lethal. It can get pretty lethal when it's hard like that. So it's got this big fun bit around the bottom, but I didn't want to take that off either because I didn't want to risk a void or messing up the void or the level of the thing or the number or whatever. So I think that came out pretty nice. I do like this particular glitter here. This is from Supplier Studio. It was a freebie. The little stars in there, so I'm really quite liking that. So these ones, they're not overly interesting to be honest, because they were already formed. As you can see, you can probably just make out in this corner here, that's where the void was. And unfortunately with these individual moulds, I have had more and more voids. Whereas with the big slab one here, I've had less. So whilst I understand that a lot of people are more into these individual moulds because you can make just a D6 or you can make just a 20 or whatever. I actually don't like them as much because I'm having problems with them. I also can't see so many situations where I might make just a 20 or just a 6 or whatever. So that being the case, my own personal preference is the slab mould, and I am still waiting for my replacement slab mould to arrive, because if you guys remember what I was saying is there were some dice faces with markings on it, or some like weird things going on, so the actual moulds themselves were not perfect, which is not ideal, but I've made some dice from them, and you know, sanded those up. God, this is really hard to do with the stuff on still, and sanded them up and stuff, and given them to friends as well. So the friends are, you know, like not all that bothered by the small irregularities, because I managed to sand most of it off. Oh gosh, that snapped. I hope that didn't take off any. No, it did not. Wow. Okay. I actually thought that was going to ruin something there. So, I have chased the seller a few times to get the get a response, like, you know, when are you sending this new mould? But you know, I'm chasing them, so all I can do really, or I have to open a case on it and see, is the other thing, which I don't really like doing. Much rather resolve with the seller directly. It's a lot easier, and a lot less like bother all round. So the small issues with these ones were like right on the top faces. This one looks a bit weird because it's got glitter there now, but I have repaired, yay, the things there. So I'm going to show you this, even though I'm not going to take it out because I know it's got a hole in it because I can see it. So if we peel this back, ta-da, right there, big hole. Because we put some stuff on the lid, top lid, whatever, there is like a weird film going across it here. You see this? Just like a weird filmy bit, but actually I can stick my finger through there. So we'll need to cut this away, and then we will fill that with just normal resin, and it will rest again. This one was basically just green, pretty much, with some black in it. Not a huge amount of much else. I did put a little bit of glitter in there. I actually thought I'd try and make this for another friend of mine who was thinking that he wanted something a bit Slytherin. So this is intended for him, but I'll be able to fill that, no problem. Since I filled the other one, so that's pretty cool. Just needs sorting out. Also made another one of these little wee boxes. These are so super useful. I love these, because they're little pots. You can put stuff in them. I appreciate not everyone needs 100 little pots from the house, but if I'm going to do a craft show or sell those bookmarks, I need something to put them in, right? So I figured, hey, you know, could put them in like a pot thing. Pot thing? You know what I mean. This pot thing. Whatever this pot thing is, really. And I've got some of this nice blue glitter. Guess where from? Supplier Studio. That's the one. And also had got this like pink glitter. So I've put a little bit of the pink glitter in. And what I actually did, I'll show you what I did. Because I was like, I don't want to mix it into the thing because it gets stuck to the silicone. What's this face? So what I did was I put a big pile of glitter stuff up here, and then I poured some of the resin in and around here, and then just kind of squished it about a bit to get rid of those big bubbles that you tend to get with these. And then poured it gently on the top here, and then just with a cocktail stick, just gently push some of it off. Which is why hopefully we have got some here, obviously because I'm taking it down. But I feel a bit more like it looks like it's like falling. I don't know what you think. I like that actually. I quite like that. I think it's cute. There's a few little bits of pinky stuff in there that you can see, but it's not everywhere. So I quite like that. What else we got? Okay, so I got this nice little heart mould here. Now there's a problem with it, because what I did was when I put it in the pressure pot, my ring mould seemed to have been laying slightly over the top, so we got this nice big indentation here. So that's not good. So we are probably going to need to fill that, I reckon, because it's sticking up and over the top, and I think that is going to be a lot of work to file out, but I'll have a little look at that properly with a magnifying glass later on. The rings, unfortunately, yes, this is a mess. I was doing this at the point that the resin was like strawberry jam, and the reason for this is because I was on the phone to my dad. So, not that I'm saying that he was distracting me or anything particularly. I call my parents every day. You know, pandemic's been hard and stuff, and my mum has medical issues, so I ring them every day to speak to them, you know, checking in and stuff. And I got this partly because one of the guys, Thane, in the chat was saying about maybe getting something to show off the colours and things, and then it occurred to me, ta-da, I can make rings. I know one of the edges is dipped in stuff in, and I'm surprised this came out as well as it did, given that it was literally like trying to put strawberry jam in a mould, and it is dipped here. There is quite a big dip there, so I will need to file that and sand it down and stuff. But I'm pretty pleased with that. Some of these are gonna be a right mess. Probably some of them have got big holes in them, I would think. Not too bad actually. So they're mostly like pinky glittery, purpley glittery. I'll do the rest of these off cam. You can see what they're like. This was Etsy, I think, or Amazon. If I can find the link for it, I'll leave it for you. But I actually quite like these. And like you said, you could put these all on a little key ring thingy, bit of cord or whatever, if you wanted to do one a different colour of each, or put whatever colour of there's a cat flying in a cat flap, if you heard that. Put a different colour in each one if you wanted to. But we'll do the rest of those off cam. So we have the usual back moulds. We've got him. We've got some of these now. I did a little experiment with these. I put some stuff in the bottom of the mould to give it a bit of a sheen, but not too much. And actually, it's come out quite nice. Rather than it just being the same colour. Yeah, liking those. Good. And then with these, I brushed on considerably more. It's like the nail stuff, you know, like the unicorn nail stuff. Put a load of that on there first, and then so let's have a look and see how well this is taken. I used the same sort of stuff on the one of the bookmarks. So the gold colour is only on the top of the mould there, not on this side, because I basically got a brush and painted it on there. So that one came out pretty good. It was a bit all over the edges of the mould though. I was doing it with a brush. Probably should have done it with a makeup thing, but I was doing it with a little brush. Oh yes, that's very gold. I possibly could have got the same effect if I'd put gold stuff in the resin. So, whilst it looks cool, I'm not sure if there's an advantage to doing it like this, unless you were going to do it like a two-tone effect, maybe. Actually, that could look quite cool. Maybe I'll try that next. I really want to demould this one. This is my new one. And then we'll have a quick look at those dice. The other bits I can do off cam, you've seen those plenty of times before. So this again, like I said, this is Supplier Studio. This one. And it is a little wee Halloween mould. Some bits of it are quite delicate, as you can see. Or hopefully as you can see. And I mostly went for this kind of glitter and orange because I figured, you know, when it's hanging up, you want the sun to come through it and it kind of look all cool and stuff. There we go. I am well happy with that. That looks cool. I love it. I reckon you could do the moon maybe in a glow in the dark. And then the pumpkins, you could probably just put glitter in the top of the pumpkins. And then this other tree stuff, it's so fine, but it's come out really cool. Yeah, the other tree stuff you could probably do in another colour. If you were careful with it, or you could use some of that stuff and brush it on. Yeah, so this is, again, like I said, Supplier Studio. We have got another thing on the way with them. It's a little heart mould, different to that one. But yeah, happy with that. That's cute, love it. Okay, what else we got? We have got over here dice. So let's check these out and see if we can birth some dice. Okay, again, did not make these for myself, made these for a friend. Who doesn't know? Not sure if she will see this or not, but actually it doesn't matter now, because I'd already decided what I was going to do is I was going to make dice for all of my friends that are in my D&D groups. One of the guys already knows, because, you know, I already made him some dice and he loves dice, and I can't help but show him all the shiny dice that I have made. Plus my other friend, you know, she's really into crafts and stuff, and these are for her. So Leanne, if you're watching, these are for you. And you can see these dice being birthed very shortly. Just get rid of some of this around the outside. Okay, so we're going to do a real quick birthing here. She says, I don't want that to rip. It's like cutting the umbilical cord or something, you know. I realise that sounds incredibly strange. That's so static as well. I really can't wait till I get my new mould. I did see some wonderful moulds on Etsy, but they're all from the States, and they're you know, whilst they're on the sale, the shipping's like 30 quid or something. That's quite a lot. And I mean, with the mould that I've seen, it's like, it's quite a lot of money still as well. I really have to sell these. I have to sell like all of them pretty much, to make it, you know, viable for me to justify me having more dice molds, you know. So I've been kind of hanging off, waiting for my new one of these to turn up, because then I have that one. But yeah, they're taking ages about it. So I guess we keep waiting a bit, although that sale, I mean, basically the dice that I was looking at, so there's a place on ye old Etsy called Druid Dice, and they got lots of fantastic reviews and stuff. They like make regular dice molds that everyone can use. They do 3D printed dice. They do molds made from 3D printed dice, you know, your own 3D printed dice. I mean, like, they do sanding and polishing and after sales and all that jazz, and it looks really awesome. And a sale, 15% off. I think it ends today. At least I hope it ends today before I look at it again, because the temptation's there. And without the discount, my brain says, oh no, you shouldn't do that because it's not on sale. So, but they probably would be a damn sight better than this current mould. But there we go. We have newly birthed dice. These are for my friend Leanne. So we used some greeny coloured glitter from the Supplier Studio. We used some mica powder, which was like a iridescent green, possibly again from Supplier Studio. I could check the packet. Actually, it might be Creative something or others. I could check the packet, and I'll leave a link down in the description, because I really love these particular micas. But what I did was I mixed up the mica powder and the glitter together. I know the glitter's going to sink. We've all kind of decided we quite like the fact the glitter's on the 20 face. It's like, oh, you know, when you get a 20. These are actually really nice and clean. They still need, obviously, work on the one face that's sticking up. But I actually like how they've come out. They're a bit glassy looking. Like, you know, like glass, sea glass. Yeah, and then anyway, I used a little bit of green, as you can see there, hopefully, in the just with a cocktail stick, just kind of swirled it a little bit around to get that kind of effect. I'm actually really pleased with these. I hope she'll really like them once they're finished. I have no idea what to ink them in. Probably white. But yeah, so really happy with those. Anyway, we are going to finish up here and cut the rest of these bits off and tidy up the table now. We'll fill this in the next day or so and rest it so that we get that nice dice face on top. We might also play around making some more of these with different colours, because you know the season's coming soon. Love it. And yeah, everyone needs some Halloween stuff, right? These are probably not going to be able to be sold to anyone unless anyone particularly asks me, you know, like friends and stuff. But I'm just looking forward to having these kind of hanging up. Plus also you can put some little lights behind there or something. Or you can put them on your Christmas tree. Oh, maybe no one would notice. That would be cool, right? There we go. Anyway, thanks for watching as always. If you want to see anything different, or you have any advice, suggestions, I'm sure Thane will have something to say. Thank you, Thane. He's always got quite ready with suggestions and comments and whatnot. I will try and fix this as well. I was a little bit annoyed about that. I was really hoping to see what it's going to look like. Big old key ring, but now it's got a dent in it. And I'll demould some of the rest of these rings and see if I can fix this kind of beveledy thing, and what I can do with that. So we'll see you in the next video. Please leave a like and a comment if you can, or if you want to. If there's anything you want to say, or just say hi. It's fine. The algorithms on YouTube and all the rest of it, they are to pick people up. The more comments you've got, the more likes you've got, the more watches you've got. So if you are watching this, it's really important for people like me, little people. I'm not little myself, but you know, for us little people, us lesser known people, to get lots of likes on the videos, and the comments actually really help. Even if it's just a hi, great video, thanks for whatever, or I don't like your dice. Even if you don't like my dice, that's fine. That's your opinion. You're entitled to it, you know. But it really does help with the algorithms if you just say something, anything at all, you know. I have a Twitter feed where I post pictures of dice. I'm on Instagram as well, and I have a TikTok as well. So they all kind of link together. My TikTok and obviously my YouTube are linked on my Twitter page, so you can find me over there. If you want to just look through hundreds and hundreds of pictures of me uploading of dice, talking about dice, and yeah, interacting with other people who also, guess what, love dice. Yep, I'm picking the resin again, can't help it, it's great stuff. Yeah, so if you have any questions or anything like that, please do let me know. Otherwise we'll see you in the next video. Thanks, bye.